Abidel Bassie Cripps, better known as Abby, is a tech support specialist with over 3 decades of experience in the information technology industry. Since she retired from being a truck driver, she has renewed her love of helping people adjust to their computers. Sometimes it is a new computer or new skills that people need help with. Whatever the reason, Abby has been enjoying helping people. Many friends have come to her for help after having bad experiences with traditional computer IT tech support shops. With Abby's attribute of caring about people, she does not want to see anyone settle for unsatisfactory work by other companies. She has helped businesses from all industries diagnose and solve their computer problems. Whatever the reason, Abby has been enjoying helping people.
Thank you
Beautiful,
for such a
Abby. Yes.
thank you for such a great intro. It's almost like I'm done. I'm going to start off with a question. What would happen if your computer crashed right now, and how would it affect your business? I'm Abby, your computer angel, and I can fly into from tech heaven to give your computer more life and protection. I love to turn your computer frowns into smiles, and it's my pleasure to increase the performance and protection of your devices. So bring your problems that are overwhelming you and book a tech call, and I'll fly in to help you. A little bit about my background, more than the intro, it gives you a better sense of where I'm coming from. I started in the 80s when, even before the Commodore and the Pentium 1, I started back at the beginning from my dad's hand-me-down computers, and my brother and I, we had fun playing with them, taking them apart, making them better, and having fun again. And I kept on going with it and kept learning. And when the 90s came along, it was like a light bulb. It all became easy. I had learned so much by then that it was an easy joy to help people with their computers and give them the enjoyment instead of wanting to throw the computer out their window. When I retired from truck driving in 2015, I started this passion full time. And it's been, every interaction has been awesome. It's been wonderful being able to put smiles back on people's faces, to give them a computer that they can feel comfortable with. There's a lot of reasons people call me for help. The main reason that people, that their computers get corrupted by bad stuff from the internet, and leaving them with a computer performance and various steps to protect them. Give me a wave for anyone who's stressed with their computer. Yeah, we got one. I'm sure there's more. I'm sure there's more out there, your friends, your families that are stressed with their computer. One thing that I like people to keep in mind is when your computer suddenly slows down, you should shut down your computer immediately. Not a restart, but an actual shutdown, and then start it back up again. That way you're going to have a proper running computer. It's gotten to the point where most computers today, the first step you should do is the shutdown and then start it up again. It gets rid of many problems. Computers in the 90s and 2000s, there was more steps to do, but today's technology is getting better. And then the stuff that comes my way is usually computers that got too confused. And I do a tune-up, like a car gets a tune-up, I do a computer tune-up. And in all that process, one of the biggest things I see is people are not using good enough passwords. Personally, I use 16 characters for most of my passwords. So that gives you an idea of a level of security. I've created several options for people. And the popular one happens to be my monthly service plan, where I keep the maintenance high, the performance high, and keep the longevity of the computer going. And I always hope that I can get them with going with some security steps that fit their budget and help them be more secure with their computer. And I also have a Digital Desires event every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, where people can bring any question about computers, their curiosities, their questions, their thoughts, anything about computers, and we have a wonderful conversation every time. So I'm going to give a little opportunity for questions. Does anybody have any questions about tech?
And Dr. Pat?
Pat?
I'm trying to find my virtual hand. Okay. My question is this. There are times, not often, but it has happened, when I'll get this notification on my screen and it tells me don't turn off my computer, don't this, don't that, and the loud noise or whatever. And I do just the opposite. I do what it tells me to do because I think it's fake. But is it fake? I don't know. But it hasn't blown up yet. But I'm just curious. Why does that come up? Who's doing that?
That's a hacker is using your computer as a proxy server. It's an itty bitty code that they put in your computer. You'll never find it. I'll never find it. And the idea is they go into your computer, back out again, and repeat multiple times so that they hide from the authorities from when they go hack at somebody's corporation somewhere. And all the information comes back through all those people, and they don't want anybody to shut down, because if they shut down, like in your case, if you shut down, they have to start all over again.
Wow.
So that's one of the biggest tips of all, is when the computer or internet slows down, shut down, no matter what that notification says.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Interesting.
And Dottie has a question.
Yes, Abby, I was curious, how secure or insecure is it when we allow our browser to save our username and password?
Very insecure, because the typical home situation, all modems are hackable. And if you're using the Wi-Fi of that modem, because today they're a combination of, and then your computer is automatically accessed, and hackers know how to and where to access those passwords to then access your accounts, and even if your bank accounts. And it's a really risky way to go. Thank you for the questions. You're muted.
Anyone else have a question?
I have a question, LaDonna. Abby, it's great to see you. It's been a million years, or so it seems. I posted in the chat too, but any thoughts about LastPass? I know that they had a security breach, was about a year ago or so, but any thoughts about their security?
Right. Well, you're going to get a lot of different tech answers to that from different tech people. It all depends on their training. And in my particular training, I don't trust any program that uses an outside server for storing your passwords. For example, I'm using a program on my iMac called KeePass XC, and it stores and locks all my passwords so that a hacker cannot get to them should I ever get hacked. And it's not connected to the cloud.
Great, another great question. That's awesome. I will tell everyone, in my experience with Abby is an awesome experience. I have her monthly plan. I no longer worry about my computer. She's even found a hacker in my laptop that I didn't even know was there. I traveled with it and they got into my computer from the hotel. So it's just another thing that I don't have to worry about. It's like we've heard from some of the other speakers. That's not my expertise, and I really don't want to learn how to do it. I just want it to be safe. And I seen something in the chat from Jen, Abby, that says, I have more frustrations with programs more than my computer. Do you have anything to say about that?
Well, I have two different analogies to give you. One is super simple. And when I went from grade 8 to grade 9, I used this analogy. Think of everything as being simple, and it will be simple. I went from a student barely passing every year to an honor student in my first year of high school and beyond. And so that was a real mindset change. The other is, think of a car. A car has a steering wheel, an accelerator, a brake pedal, and sometimes a clutch. All programs and all operating systems all have their same uniqueness. Like, for example, we have a desktop, a keyboard, a mouse. There's some uniqueness. Now, when you get to the programs, it's the same thing. So, for example, Microsoft Excel has its own similarities to LibreOffice Calculator, and so on and so on. So you utilize that thinking of the similarities, and you'll find that that it'll be easier as you go. And if you do have any questions, more precisely to the software issue that you're currently using, contact me, and I'll help you sort that out.
Perfect, Abby. Thank you so very much. Let's give another round of applause.
I have one quick question. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Juana.
Abby, with KeyPass, does it offer a regular browser extension, or do I have to download a plugin for that?
No, it's a separate program altogether. It's not a plugin. A plugin is hackable.
Okay.
So the KeyPass has a lot of different options based on your computers, and use the one that is a standalone software,
Okay.
and not a plugin. Because a plugin, it would be the same as a hacker going to your passwords in Chrome.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.